Hello and welcome back to Triple G Sports Replays. We are going to continue our 1979-80 NHL replay. It's going to be November 1st. We are in Philadelphia at the Forum, and we will see, this is going to be the third period of a game between the St. Louis Blues and the Philadelphia Flyers. It is 0-2 Flyers at the end of 2. The Blues are 5-3-2 with 12 points. The Flyers are 5-2-1 with 11. In the first two periods, St. Louis had 19 shots on goal. Philadelphia had 26, 17 of those in the first period. They've been pounding the net. 2 power plays for St. Louis, no scoring on them, and no power plays for the Flyers. So we're going to start our third period. We're going to have lines 1 on the ice. And so we're going to start out with Federico going off Clark. Clark's got a 1 advantage. A 4 will be home right D, so he's going to get it over to Watson. Philadelphia with the puck, working their way up the ice. 33 will be a 1. That's going to be a shot on goal by Watson. He's got a shot range of 13, and that is on net. 15 is a 4 big save by Sanowski. That's going to go to his left wing, Suter. All right. Blues with the puck, working their way up the ice. 62 is an 8. And that'll be shot on goal if they have a forecheck of 11. What's our forecheck ratings? Well, we got 5, 4. They have an 11. So that's going to be a shot on goal for Suter. He needs a 23 or less. That's saved by Peters. 46 is 43. Okay, 2 to 4 is an injury. Otherwise, defensive zone face-off. That'll be a defensive zone face-off. That'll be 2 ticks of the timer, and we are going to change lines for those who haven't seen me, how I play. I'll play up to 4 marks of the timer, so a total of 2-minute periods. If there's a face-off after the first tick, I keep them on, but if you've played 2 timings, I switch lines. That seems to get pretty decent, realistic line play from that. All right, so everyone's going to line 2. Gonna have face off in the Flyers zone. Linesman versus Zook. They're both 3s. All right, a 7's home center. So the Flyers will win that face off, but they're in their own zone. 36 is a 34 in their zone. That'll be a penalty, so we're going to get a penalty on linesman here in the third period early. Mark him off for 2 minutes. And we have to swap lines out. And we'll bring the number 1 units in now for that power play. So the 1 unit for the Blues will come back out along with their number 1 defenseman. For the Flyers, let's see here. We're going to bring the number 1 line out. And number 1 set of defensemen. Okay, what was our penalty, by the way? Penalty was for slashing. And time of the penalty was at 18-42. So Blues get their third power play of the game. And let's see what they can do. So we're going to have Federico versus Clark in the face-off dot. And 8 disadvantage left wing. So Federico will get it over to Suter. Suter, a 34 is a 31. That will be a pass at physical 12. Well, we got physicals of 5, 10. So he's going to make a pass to whoever he wants to pass it to. Looks like he's going to pass it to Babbage. 51 is a 2. That'll be a shot on goal by Babbage. He has shot rate of 25, and they only get 1. So they need a 26, and that's a save by Peters. 45 is a 6. He will smother that. And 30 seconds are off. Still a minute 30 in the power play. 18 minutes left in the game. We'll leave everybody on the ice and have another face-off. All right, 6 will be advantage left D. So Clark is going to win it, kick it over to Daly. They're in their zone. Daly. A 65 is a 35. And that could be a fight, or it could be a face-off. Well, if it's 2 through 8, we're going to try to see a fight. That's a fight, so he's looking for a fight. So we're going to start here with 3. We'll start with the right wing. So we need an 11. No go. Nothing. Need a 12 for Kia. Nope. Need a 31 for Suter. And we got dance partners. So we're going to have here Suter and Daly are getting into it, and they will go to the box. And they're going to sit for 5 minutes. So Philadelphia, Daly, St. Louis, Suter, both for fighting. Third period. So let's give them 5 minutes of penalty time, penalty infraction minute, and we said Daily penalty infraction minute. All right, time of a fight, 32 is 17, so it's 17-17. So they will both go to the box to cool off. And we're going to switch lines out. That was 2 timings. Minute left on the power play for St. Louis. So let's see here. We're going to take it 2 timings. And we're going to bring line 2 back out. And we'll bring out defensive pairing 2 for St. Louis. For the Flyers, I'm going to do a neutral zone face-off on that. All right, so we're going to bring in defensive line 2. Oh, how are we going to do that, though? Linesman is the only center on that line. So who do I want to sit? Linesman can't come in yet. Well, we're going to go this way, like there. And then bring in Barnes and Bushnick. Okay. So we're going to go some neutral zone face-off. We got Zook against, I guess guess we're gonna go probe, give him the chance. So it's 3 to 0. Well, hang on, we need to think this through. We need to put a different center out here. So I think we're gonna bring McClish in just to cover until linesman can come in, and then we'll sit him. So we'll go like this for this power play. All right. So you're gonna have Zook against McClish. Zook will have a 1-point advantage on the face-off, and we drop the puck. A 7 is advantage right wing, so Zook is gonna win the face-off over McClish. Get it over to Dunlop. A 51 is a 6, which will be shot on goal block +1. And so we need to get a 5 or better. We do, so he's going to get a shot. He's got a shot rating of 26, so that'll become a 31. That's a save by Peters. 25 is a 3. He's going to get it out to his center, McClish. Knock another 30 seconds off the power play. McClish tries to get it out. 29 will be picked off by the lefty, Micheletti. Micheletti in the zone. 16's a 28, and that will be his shot. That'll be his pass is intercepted, picked up by, no, there is no right wing, so you can get a shot at this. Micheletti, 61's a 28. Try this again, there is no right wing. 25 is a 9, and that's going to be a shot on goal. So Micheletti shot on goal, he's an 11, so that's a 12. Almost on net, saved by Peters. Peters, 44 is a 2. He's going to kick that to his right defensive man. And the power play is over. 2-2. That will bring Vervegart out, or linesman out. He's going to swap with Vervegart. And we're going to see the Flyers work their way up the ice. A 54 is a 32. And that will be passive physical of 14. So what's our physical? 2, 5, 6, 7. Not enough. So you can pass it to whoever you want. And you're going to pass it to McClish. 25 is a 1. You're going to get shot on net with a 23 shot range. That's on net. 21's a 23, and that's a goal. And so the Flyers will add to their lead. It's now 3-0 Philadelphia. Rick McClish will get an even strength goal here in the third period. First assist goes to Busnick. What about how many other assists? 61. We're only going to have the 1. Even strength assist. And we will give pluses to that line. And pluses to Barnes, to the second line of defensive men. Minuses all around for the second line for the Blues along with their defensemen. And we're going to swap lines. Let's see here, time of the goal. 4, 5, 15, 35. All right. So let me mark their times off for the shift. We're going to bring out the third line for both teams. Third set of defensemen for the Blues. We'll bring out our third set. We had pawned these to get 3 ticks. All right, so we're going to bring in third line for the Flyers. Get you back in your fourth line slot. Oops. All right, and here we go. So, 3-0, face off at center ice, 5:35 left in the game. Turnbull a 2 versus Bridgman a 2 in the circle, and he drops the puck. 10 is home right wing. Bridgman will win the face off. Holman gets the puck, they work their way up the ice. 41's a 24, his pass hits a skate, picked off by lefty Brian Maxwell. And the Blues will work up the ice. 61's a 28. He is knocked off the puck. Barren puck picked up by Holmgren, the right wing. Flyers back with the puck, working their way up the ice. 31 is a 4. That's a shot on goal. What's our defense? We've got the third line of 5, the 9. You can move up 2. That's going to be shot on goal for Holmgren. Holmgren's a 32, so we need a 32 or less. We get it. And 64 is a 6, and that's a save, and he will smother that. Big save by Staniowski. And so we will, as 3 time periods, we're going to switch lines. So we're going to take out third line for the Blues. Bring back in line 1. For the Flyers, we'll take out their third line and their second set of defensemen. It's actually a mixed match. You got Bathe as your third, and you've got Watson as one of your first, due to Daly sitting out due to the fight. Still 2:30 left for those 2 in the box. Okay, so we're gonna have Fedorko against Clark in the Blues side of the ice, and they drop the puck. Oh, we're going to see someone get tossed. Who got tossed? 6. The visitor gets tossed. So Fedorko is going to go out. Babbage will face off. He's only a 1, so that'll be a 4-point advantage for Clark. And they drop the puck. 9 advantage right D. So Clark wins the face-off over Babbage. Gets it over to Bushnick. We're in the blue side of the ice. 35 is a 20. And that'll be, his pass hits a stick and bounces, intercepted by right D, Kia. Blues get possession of the puck. They work their way up the ice. 64 is a 23. He is checked off the puck. Aaron puck picked up by Leach of the Flyers. Flyers try to work their way into the zone of St. Louis. Snake Eyes is a 1. That's going to be a shot on net for Leach. He's a 24. That's a 22. That's on net because he makes the save. 16 is a 28. No, he can't. That's a goal. And so the Flyers push their lead out 4-0. So Leach will get an even strength goal. And let's see here. How many assists we're going to have. We're going to have unassisted. Third period, even strength goal. Time of the goal, 56, 24, being 12:54. And we need to, let's see here, and there's no assists, so we need to give line 1 gets pluses for the Flyers along with Barnes and Bushnick. Plus. Let's see, line 1 for the Blues will give minuses along with their defensive men. And we need to swap lines. So that was 3 timings. So the Blues will see line number 2 come in along with their second defensive pairing. For the Flyers, we are going to see line number 2. And for their defensive pairing, it's going to be Baith coming in to take Daly's spot with that number 1 line. There's still 2 minutes left in the fighting majors for Daly and Suter. And I had Suter on that other line. That was a mistake. Suter was not on the ice when I just had him out there. You're in the box. I need to flip you over just to remind myself. And you are fighting. You don't get to play. So that means we would have had Monahan out there for you instead. Just for timing shift purposes. Monahan should have been the one out there. All right. So now we're going to have face off of the mid-circle. We got Zook going up against Lineman. They're both 3s. And they drop the puck. 7 is home center. Linesman's going to win the face-off. Philadelphia gets control of the puck, work their way into the St. Louis zone. 42 is a 5. And let's see, our defense is going to be 10. It's going to be 15, so no change. So it's going to be Solga. So does anyone have assist of a 42 or bigger? And the answer is no. So that's going to be a neutral zone faceoff. So we're going to call that offsides on the Flyers. We'll bring her back out. Minute 30 left in the fighting majors. All right, same lines, and we drop the puck. 8 is visiting center, so the Blues will win this face-off. They're trying to work their way in the zone. 42 is a 5. That's a Solga. Okay. But we have a defense prop. There's a 10, 13, 18. So we need to move down a line. That'll be shot block plus 1. And we've got 3, so we need to roll a 5 or better for a shot. We do not. The shot is blocked. It is blocked by Watson. Where'd the puck go? Oops. 8. The puck deflects into the ground for a defensive zone face-off. And that'll be 2 timings, and we're going to swap lines. So the Blues are going to come out with line number 4. Third set of defensemen. And for the Flyers, we're going to see line number 4. And we're going to have their second set of defensemen. Okay, So we're going to see Patty in the face-off dot versus McClish. They're both 2s. And we're in the Flyers' end of the zone, and they're at the dot, and we drop the puck. A 5 will be home left wing. McClish will win the face-off. Kicks it over to Kelly. They're in their own zone. 45 is a 26. That will be intercepted, shot on goal by left wing. So Monahan manages to poke the puck off the stick of Kelly. He's going to get a shot on goal. He's a 13. That's a save by Peters. 43 is 29. It's going to bounce right back to Monahan. He's going to get another shot. 15 saved by Peters. 13's a 5. That's going to go to the right wing. And so Flyers will have the puck. 53 is going to be a matchup. We got Paddock as our right wing. And what are you going to do? Let's see, that's a 6. Right wing at 6. You're going to skate into the slot, challenged by the opposing center. So your offensive eye is a 5. The opposing center's eye is a 6. So let's see if you win the draw. Yep, winner wins it. So Patty's going to win that. And so Paddock will be checked off the puck and picked up by Patty. And 1-2-2. The Blues will have the puck. 42 is a 5. That's a Soga, unless we have to change it because of defense. There's a 7, 10, 14. No. Soga, does anyone have a 42 for an assist? No, we don't. So that's going to be neutral zone face-off. So the Blues offsides, and we will bring the puck back out to the neutral zone for a face-off. So 10 minutes. Halfway through the period, it's 4-0 Philadelphia over St. Louis. And we're going to swap lines out. That'll be it for line 4 for the game for both teams. Penalties are done. So Suter and Daly can go to their respective benches. Suter's going to come out with line 1. And then for the Flyers, we're going to see line 4 is done for the night. We're going to see line 1 come out. And let's see here for the defense, we're going to see Daly and Bathe probably for the rest of the night. Okay. So it's Federico versus Clark. And we drop the puck. A 7 is the home center. Clark's going to win the face-off. Boy, the Flyers have been dominant on face-offs here in this game. They've won way more than their fair share. Flyers have the puck. 52 is a 27. Clark's pass hits a skate, picked up by Federico for the Blues. Blues try to work their way into the Flyers zone. A 56 is a 13. That's going to be a pass Arsog. No, let's see here. We're going to have, check the defense, 12, 16, 17, 19. We're going to move up 1. That's, yeah, it's going to be a pass Arsog. So, first we got to see who are you going to try to pass it to. It's going to be the third high-frequency scorer, which will be to Brown Scheidel. Now, can you get a shot? We need to roll 42 or less. We do. So Brown Scheidel is going to get a shot. He's a 16 range. That's a save by Peters. 13's a 5. He's going to kick it to his right wing. Leach. And the Flyers will try to get into the Blues zone. 62 is an 8. See, that's a shot on goal. We have a forecheck of 11, which we do. Yes, we do, barely. So he will get a shot on goal. Leach needs a 24. Saved by Staniowski. 35 is a 6. He will smother that for a defensive zone face-off. And that is 3 timings. We're going to swap lines. 8:30 left in the period. And we will see the second lines come out for both teams. Still 4-0 Philadelphia. Okay. So line 2 for the Flyers. All right. So we got 8:30 left. We're gonna have Zook and linesman in the face-off dot. We're in the Blues zone, and we drop the puck. 7 home center. Linesman's gonna win that face-off for the Blue or for the Flyers. He gets possession of the puck. 62 is an 8 in the Flyers zone. Shot on goal if we have a forecheck of 10, which we do. So he's going to get a, linesman will get a shot. He needs a 23. We roll a 32, saved by the Blues. 16 is 28. So clear or shot by the 4th high frequency score. We have a clearing rating. We need a 5 or less. We get it, and Staniowski covers the puck. And we're down to 8 minutes left in the game. And we'll have another face-off here in the Blues side of the zone. And they drop the puck. 4, home right D. So linesman wins another face-off. Kicks it over to Bushnik. 63 is a 25. That's gonna, his pass hits a skate, picked up by right defenseman LaPointe. And the Blues will gain possession of the puck. 14 is a 30, and that's gonna be icing. So that is 3 quick timings, and we're gonna swap lines. So we're 7 minutes left here in the game. The Blues will be bringing out line 3, along with defensive pairing 3. For the Flyers, we will see line 3 for forwards. And on the defense, let me swap this. It's going to be Daly and Baith. All right, so we're going to have Turnbull 2 face-off rating with Bridgman a 2. And here in the Blues end of the zone of the vice, and they drop the puck. A 7, home center, another win by a Flyer centerman. That's the story of the night. Flyers get possession. 21's a 31. Pass, physical 14. So what do we have for a physical? We got 1, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13. We needed 14. So he is going to pass it to whoever he wants. And I would say he's going to pass it to Holmgren. Holmgren with the puck. 13 is a 7. Let's see, what do we got for defense? We've got a 5, 9. Move up 2. So we got a Soga. So, does anyone have? Someone's got a 13. We've got enough. So Homer's going to get a shot on net. He needs a 32. He gets it. Can we get a save? 54-32, and that's a goal. So the Flyers, third goal for the period. It is now 5-0. Broad Street Bullies, Philadelphia by Holmgren. Second goal of the game for him. He had one back in the second period. Another even strength goal. Let's see, assists go to Bridgman. And let's see, 50. Let's see, Bridgman. And let's see, they got a assist rating 1.57. We rolled a 53, so that's only going to be one assist. Bridgman gets the only assist, so Holmgren, second even strength goal of the game, second assist for Bridgman. Pluses all the way around. Pluses to Daly and Baith. Minuses go to the third line and third defenseman for St. Louis. That was only one timing, so we're going to keep her going. All right. Oh, time of the goal. Let's see, 15, 8, 6:38. So we're going to keep, or no, that would have been 6:08. And that was the second timing for them, so we do need to swap lines. So away goes the third line for both teams. All right. So we're going to see number one line for the Blues, number one defenseman. We're going to see the second set of defensemen for the Flyers, but their first line. Okay, and let's see. We've got 6:08 left in the game. Federico and Clark in the face-off circle, and we drop the puck. A 4 is a home right D. Clark wins another one. Kicks it out to Bushnuk. 26 is a 24. His pass hits a skate. Kareem's over, picked up by lefty Brown Scheidel. And the Blues work their way up the ice. 61's a 28. His pass is poke checked off his stick. Picked up by right wing Leach of the Flyers. Flyers try to enter the zone. 43 is a 4. And let's check our defense. We got an 18, so we're gonna move up 1. So we got a Soga. Does anyone have a 43 assist rating? There's a 42, so that's gonna be a neutral zone face-off, and so we're gonna say Flyers were offsides. And we've got 4:30 left in the game. We're gonna swap lines out after 3 timings. So bring in line number 2. Line 3s are done for the night for both teams. And for the Flyers, it will be line number 2 going with offensive or defensive pairing number 1. All right. 4:30 in the game. It's going to be Zook against linesman in the circle. Evens on face-off ratings, and we drop the puck. 5, home left wing. Linesman wins the face-off, gets over to prop. The Flyers try to enter the zone. 22 is a 1. And let's see here, Clausen 10. That's a 15. I'll stay. Well, that's a shot on goal by Brian Propp. He's got a 25 rating. That's a save by Staniowski. 13 is a 37. Deflected into the seats for defensive zone face-off. So we'll leave the same players on the ice. In the Blues end of the ice, at the dot, Zook and linesman. 8, visiting center. Hey, the Flyers win a face-off. Zook wins a face-off. They're in their own zone. A 45 is a 15. And that's going to be pass Arsog. So you are going to, who are you going to pass it to? Let's see here. Who do you want to pass it to? Arsog's another roll. That's right. So we need to roll to see who he passes it to. 1 is going to be high frequency score. That's going to be Dunlop. Now, can we get a assist rating above his 36? No. So it's just going to be a pass. Blues work their way up the ice. 31 is a 6. Flyers defense, we have a 10. We got a 19, so they need to move up 1. So that's going to be shot on goal block plus 2. That shot is going to be blocked. There's a 6. Shot is blocked by the right D, Watson. Second block shot of the game for him. 6. And it's going to careen into the crowd for a defensive zone face-off. And so we're down to 3:30 to go in the game. And we're going to change lines. That was 2 timings. So the Blues are going to bring out the number 1 line, number 1 defense. And for the Flyers, they'll bring out line number 1 along with defense number 2. Flyers are going to be playing forecheck number 1, which is a defensive forecheck. Trying to just control the game. Blues will be in forecheck 3, trying to scramble and see if they can get some kind of points here. Okay, we're going to have Federico and Clark facing off in the Flyers end of the zone. Drop the puck. 6, advantage left D. Clark's going to win that one. Gets over to Barnes. We're in their own zone. A 55 is a 4. And that's going to be a shot on goal. So they're going to get across the ice. Barnes is going to get a shot. He's got a rating of 13. That's a save by the Staniowski. 63 is 38. And that's going to deflect into the seats for a defensive zone face-off. 3 minutes left in the game. And same group on the ice. And they'll drop the puck at the dot here in the Blues end. 10, disadvantage center. Federico will win one. 5th one, he's 1 out of 16. Blues have the control of the puck in their own end. A 22 is a 1. That's going to be shot on goal for Fedorko. Fedorko, it's a 32. 31, that's on net. Can Peter stop it? 22, big save. Kicks it out to his right D. 2:30 left in the game. Flyers with the puck. 45 is a 26. That'll be his pass. It hits a skate. Be picked up by the left wing Suter. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Suter and the Blues. He rolls a 24. He has checked off the puck. The loose puck is picked up by lefty Barnes. We have 1:30 left in the game. That's 4 timings. We're going to change on the fly. So the Flyers are going to dump. And let's see here. Got to mark off 4 timings for the first line and the second defense. And so we're going to swap. They're going to dump. Last line changes. A 2 means it gets picked up by the center. Fedorko, they are going to dump. As their second line will come in. This is it for line changes. These are the guys who are going to finish the game with 1:30 to go. 5 is a dump and chase. It's going to end up in deep by the right D. And let's see here. Watson's going to face the left wing. So Watson's corner rating is a 9. The left wing corner rating is a 9. And let's see who's going to win that. A 10 is the winner, which is home. Watson's going to get possession of the puck. So the Flyers have the puck. Snake Eyes is a 1. Watson will get a shot on net. He's got a rating of 13. Save by Staniowski. 51's a 5. He's going to kick it to his right wing, Dunlop. 1 minute left in the game. A 12 is a 25. That'll be intercepted shot on goal by the right D. So Watson will pick up the loose puck. He will fire at Staniowski. And that's a save. 23 is 20. Picked up. Watson picks up the loose puck. There's 30 seconds left in the game. 24 is a 27. His pass hits a stick, and it's picked up by Zook, and there goes the horn. And there you have it. The Philadelphia Flyers shut out the St. Louis Blues 5-0. I would have to say that your number 1 star has to be Peters with the shutout. And I would say number 2 star goes to Holmgren. He had 2 goals, +2 rating. And your number 3 star will be Bridgman. All with Philadelphia. Bridgman had 2 assists and had a +2 rating. So there you go. The final, November 1st, 1979, coming from the Forum in Philadelphia. The home Flyers shut out the St. Louis Blues 5-0. That'll give Philadelphia 13 points on the season. St. Louis with the lost days with 12 points. They are both up near the upper third of the standings. Thank you for following along. If you like what you see here, please hit like and subscribe. And thanks for watching Triple G Sports Replays.